What's up, everybody? Caleb Keller here to bring you yet again another straight out of theater reaction, and this time we are reacting to Marvel's Eternals, my personal most anticipated MCU film of 2021, even more so than Spider-Man No Way Home, believe it or not. But I have to say that confidence is a little shaken right now after seeing all of the critic reviews and things coming in, especially on Rotten Tomatoes. That score has not been looking good. However, the audience score is looking pretty solid, so I think it's about time for me to go and make my own opinion and give it my own initial non-spoiler reaction straight out of theater. Let's go and do this thing, and let's make sure that we have a lot of fun. Well, I have officially seen Marvel's Eternals, came straight home from the movie theater, ready to now give you my quick, non-spoiler reactional thoughts. If you want to hear more spoiler discussion, though, on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, myself and DJ Foster will be going live to discuss Eternals in full spoiler detail. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and click that notification button. That way, as soon as we go live on Tuesday to do our Eternal spoilers, you'll know that we are live and you can come and hang out with us. But my non-spoiler reactional thoughts here. First thing that I wanted to say, this story really is as dense as I have heard people say, and the reason for that is because there's so many different things that are smashed into this 2 hour and 40-minute film, and including in that is the character development of getting to know the background and the mindset of all of these different characters. And that kind of transitions me into my second reactional thought here, and that's that the first third of this film is kind of slow in my opinion, but I do think it does do a solid job at making us know these characters a little bit more. So I think that was honestly needed in my opinion, but I know that slower films aren't necessarily for everybody. I kind of enjoy it whenever we get to slow down and get to know the characters a little bit more. Next thing, the final act though, however, really action-packed, great and incredible shots. It felt very much so like a comic book film there at the end, and once you see the thing, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The implications, my next reaction, and I can't really say much to this right now, but the implications on the MCU could potentially be very massive, and I'll leave it at that, and maybe that'll be enough persuasion for you to go and see it if you haven't. Next thing that I wanted to say is Kit Harington. Obviously, those of you that are listeners of the show know that I'm a major fan of Game of Thrones. Kit Harington as Jon Snow is always going to be one of my favorite characters, and Kit Harington in the MCU could potentially become one of my favorite characters. We'll see. I think there's possibilities. I know Kit Harington is teased with maybe seeing his character again someday, but I won't spoil it as far as if that's possible or not after watching Eternals. You'll have to go and see for yourself. Next thing, all of the roles in this film were cast perfectly, in my opinion, from top to bottom, and all the performances were great. So another well-selected cast by Kevin Feige, Chloe Zhao, and you name it. The list goes on and on with all the people that worked on Eternals. And then my final takeaway reaction that I want to share is do not let the critic score, and the last time I checked was a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. Do not let that number scare you from going to see this, and also do not let that impact your feelings on it before even going to see it. I know personally at the beginning of this video I was talking about how it had me worried. Zero worry after this. I'm not saying that Eternals is a top tier Marvel film, but I did have a lot of fun, and for me, that's always the goal when watching a movie, is to just have a lot of fun with it. But those are my initial reactions. You let me know what you think of Eternals if you have seen it in the comments, non-spoiler though, and if you haven't seen it, let me know if this makes you want to go and see it, or if you feel like you can pass on this one. But regardless of what category you fall under, again, Tuesday, me and DJ will be discussing Eternals in more depth live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I can't wait to see you then.